Hello students, welcome to class 12th session 2020-21. Here we are having 10 units of biology in class 11th and 12th. 1 to 5 units were there in class 11th and 6 to 10 units are here in class 12th. So here the first that is the 6th unit is reproduction. Here we are starting with the chapter 1, that is reproduction in organism. This unit has 4 chapters. Here we are starting with the first chapter. The first topic is lifespan. Lifespan is the period of birth to the natural death, means the time period since birth till death, and this time period has no relation with size, means it has nothing to do with size. Many individuals who are large in size may have small lifespan. Many individuals who are comparatively smaller may have larger lifespan. For example, elephant is a large individual, has 60 to 70 years of lifespan, and parrot, that is smaller than elephant, has 140 years of lifespan. Crow and parrot are similar, but we can see their lifespans are quite different. Crow has only 15 years of lifespan and parrot has 140 years of lifespan. Butterfly has only 1 to 2 weeks of lifespan and fruit fly has 40 to 50 days. We can see that there are some other examples who are explaining that lifespan has nothing to do with size. One more important thing, lifespan is clearly related with death, means death of an individual is certainty. No individual is immortal except few, means all individuals have to die except few individuals like amoeba and hydra. Amoeba and hydra are because amoeba does binary fission, because of that parental body gets converted into the offsprings, and these two offsprings are actually formed by the parent body. So basically or technically we can see the parent body doesn't die, and hydra do budding and fragmentation. In this case also hydra parental body gets converted into its daughter hydra. Here we are starting the main topic, that is reproduction. Reproduction, that is a biological process, and this process allows an individual to give rise to young ones of their type, means it is a biological process through which an individual give rise to offspring similar to itself. This enables the continuity of a species, means it increases the number of their type generation after generation. Students, reproduction also transfer genetic information from one generation to next generation, and it helps them to increase their numbers, means number of individuals in their population. So reproduction simply is a very important topic, and reproduction phenomena depended on following regions. The first one is organisms habitat, where they live. For example, aquatic individual, terrestrial individuals are having different methods of reproduction. Like we can say that in fishes, when they lay egg, they have to cover that those eggs in mucilaginous covering, but in terrestrial individuals there is no requirement of that mucilaginous covering. Second, internal physiology, internal hormonal process, their metabolic actions are also important because they affect process of reproduction. Next, several other factors like climatic conditions, interaction with their population individuals also affect their reproduction. Reproduction is of two types. First one type is asexual mode of reproduction, that involves a single parent and it is without the involvement of gamete formation. This asexual mode of reproduction actually follows mitotic kind of division. In mitosis division, the parent cell has 2n number of chromosomes, that means two sets of chromosomes, and they form two daughter cells which are also having two sets of chromosomes. So basically these are the clones or exact copies of their parents. Second type of division is sexual mode of reproduction. Sexual mode of reproduction involving two parents, that means opposite sex are required, and it also involves the fusion of male and female gamete. Why? Because as we know that when they need opposite sexes, so that means they need two sets of chromosomes, and when both of them are having two sets of chromosomes, then the result will be of four set, that will be a tetraploid. So this is the reason why they form haploid gametes, and after which when haploid of male and haploid of female fuse together, then they form a diploid individual to form a new offspring. So this type of sexual mode of reproduction follow meiotic division. Here the parent cells are having two sets of chromosome. They divide in first phase and form two haploid cells, and in second phase they form four haploid cells, two from one, two from one. So basically all these folds are reproductively active in male, but in female three of them get degenerated and only one forms egg and continue their process of reproduction. Let's understand the difference between sexual and asexual reproduction. Here we know that in asexual reproduction it requires only one parent. In sexual reproduction it requires two parents. As we have discussed in last slide, that asexual reproduction requires one parent because they have to form identical individuals, and in sexual reproduction they need variation. This is the reason. So here we are having second point, offsprings are identical to their parent, as we know that they need only one parent, so that is why the offsprings are identical copies of their parent. In second, here in sexual reproduction, offsprings are similar yet unique to parent. Why? Because they require two parents, and because of two parents they form unique type of individual, because they have half of the character from mother, half of the character from father. So the new individual is variant. It is not exactly similar to mother or exactly similar to father. That is why they are unique. They are similar means 50-60%, and in fact more than 50-60% they are similar to their mother and father, yet they are different because of variation, because of mixing of characters. In asexual reproduction it takes a shorter time and sexual reproduction takes a longer time. We know that asexual reproduction requires only one parent and it follows mitotic kind of division. That is why it takes a shorter period of time. In sexual reproduction it requires two parents and it requires gametic formation, then fusion of gametes. This is the reason it takes a longer time. In asexual reproduction, greater amount of reproductively active offsprings or the offsprings are formed in a short period of time. Why? Because it takes less time, so that is why more individuals are produced in short period of time. In sexual reproduction, smaller or fewer amount of offsprings can be produced in short period. We know that sexual reproduction takes longer time, that is why few individuals are formed in short period of time. In asexual reproduction, budding and regeneration, cloning and uniform formation are the common examples or the types or methods by which they do asexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, fertilization, pollination, baby formation are the main phenomena. These individuals are unique. These are one of a kind, means they are exactly not similar to their parent, even not similar to their siblings. So that is why they are one of a kind. They are different and diverse and different. Here we'll discuss about asexual reproduction in detail. We know that asexual reproduction requires only one parent, so it is only one parent or a single parent is capable of producing new individual. And we know that these offsprings formed by asexual reproduction are clones. Clones because they are morphologically and genetically similar. That is why they are called clones, because they are the exact copies of their parent. There are some modes of asexual reproduction given here with the examples. For example, the first one is binary fission. In binary fission, cell divides into two equal halves and each half develops as a new individual. For example, in amoeba, we can see here by this diagram, the parent amoeba nucleus elongates here and it is now divided in next phase, and then cytoplasm is also divided and they form two daughter cells. These two daughter cells are exact copies of their parent, but they are not formed by mitotic division. They are simply formed by binary fission. Simply the cell is divided into two parts and each will give rise to a new individual. Second is budding. In budding process, cell divides uniquely from the bud. Here we can see in this example, in yeast, a bud is started forming. Now the bud gets genetic material from the parent body. Now it is in last phase detached from the parent body and then give rise to new individual. So bud, when detached, it develops as a mature cell, for example in yeast. One more important phenomena that is used under asexual type of reproduction, that is sporulation. Sporulation is the process of spore formation. In this process actually occurs in unfavorable conditions when individual is not able to survive during that unfavorable condition, so they form a cyst wall around their body. They actually protect themselves from desiccation and extreme environmental temperature conditions. So after that, when unfavorable conditions are crossed, the multiple fission occurs and this cyst wall is broken down and the offsprings are released then by the body. So these spores remain inactive during that unfavorable condition and they become active when the favorable condition arrives. For example, here you can see in amoeba, the cyst wall is formed and you can see here new nuclei are formed by the parent nuclei and then spores are formed here and each spore is able to develop as a new individual. So as we have discussed about sporulation, sporulation not also helps in reproduction but it also helps during unfavorable conditions. Here we know that we have discussed the example amoeba. Now we'll discuss about uniparental nature. In uniparental nature, the person receives two copies of chromosomes or a part of chromosomes from one parent. Here we have an example like in honeybee. Generally they are having 32 chromosomes. When they form female offspring, they use all 32 chromosomes. That means the diploid set of chromosomes, 16 from mother, 16 from father. But for the formation of male offspring, they use haploid cells, means they use only one set of chromosome from their mother only. So the individuals are formed by unfertilized egg. So we have seen that for the formation of female or male, both are taking or getting their genetic material or the chromosomes from the mother only. Father is not here to give the copy. Why? Because queens are having spermatheca, a pocket-like structure where sperm are collected and these sperms are when collected, so only mother uses the sperms and mother body provides whether sperm or eggs. This is the reason why this is uniparental, because both of the copies or the parts are given by mother only. Okay, here we'll discuss